Really special day here this morning, unmistakably from Merseyside, wasn't he? But it just say it was this village here in Kent where he spent the last 20 years living on a small farm just down the road from here. And he had a lot of affection for the place and for the people. And they had a lot of affection for him too, because they are being invited out, all the locals, to line up along the streets here this morning. People already, cars arriving as people are arriving they want to get a good spot to be part of this funeral procession as it makes its way from the home down here to the church. There'll be a really nice touch in the church as well later on this afternoon, where dogs will form a guard of honour, dogs from Battersea Dogs Home. There'll also be a brass band as well from the Salvation Army playing as well. Well, he had such a long and varied career, starting off, of course, as Lily Savage, and then went on to present a lot of radio and TV programmes. And I think you described him as funny and fearless, Lorraine, as well, didn't you? But he's had such a career, and I know that even for your 50th birthday, a TV show he came on to present there. So I'm sure you've had many laughs with him over the years as well.
Definitely, remembered with such affection, and I loved him, Jonathan, because he did not suffer fools. You know, if you did anything wrong, he was there. He could be waspish as well, which was absolutely part of the charm. An amazing guy, Jonathan. Thank you so much. I love that guard of honour of dogs.
Procession for Grady, which is coming soon. I'm very sorry about that interruption. The reception is a bit patchy, so we're just waiting. More quietly now, the crowd is calming down and becoming just a little bit more sombre. But the name on everybody's lips is obviously Paul Grady, and they're all sharing their feelings about him. There are hundreds of media representatives here, and they've been here since I arrived about 10 o'clock. I do apologise for that interruption to the broadcast for you. I'm sorry about that. But I'm just waiting outside the Walnut Tree Inn, which is a beautiful pub where it's obviously a big part of the community here in Aldington, which is where Paul O'Grady lived for 20 years. He sadly died on March 28th, aged just 67, and I think the loss of Paul has been felt by thousands and thousands of people up and down the country. I've got to keep my voice down. Somebody said my voice is quiet, but I've got to keep it down now because people are becoming a bit more thoughtful as the minutes get closer to the procession. So I'm going to stop talking.
I welcome you back on here, and if you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also share this video. Now people are lining up on the streets today to take part of the funeral for the legendary Paul O'Grady, a man who was really very much popular with regards to radio and also comedy. Very many people are actually on the streets, as you can see on the screen, lining up to commemorate, pay their final tributes, and also take part in the funeral procession. The funeral cortege actually is passing through the villages and actually the local community where Paul was heavily involved with can pay their respects to their late star. It's thought that there is going to be a private funeral service at a local church before a celebration of Paul's life is being held at Port Lympne Safari Park, that is in Kent, where Paul spent close to 67 years as a regular visitor. His loved ones believe that he would have wanted the animals he adored so much when he was alive to be around during his funeral. And you can see the dogs, Battersea dogs and cats are part of the procession leading the funeral and homegoing service, honoring their legendary man, a man who really loved dogs and animals. Paul's extensive works over the years with the rescue center, for which he was an ambassador, has seen him become so popular in that when he died, more than £27,000 has been raised for the charity since his death. That was on March 28th. The Salvation Army are also expected to play during the private funeral service, where Paul will be actually laid to rest. Paul's husband, that is Andre Potasio, has kept details of the private funeral services away from the press, and where any work is afterwards a secret. He has said that this is a private ceremony. Nevertheless, people can still look at the funeral procession and see the process of how Paul is going to be laid to rest. Many of Paul's celebrity friends are also in attendance at this emotional, heartbreaking, and funeral procession. As you can see, or as I've given you a couple of clips on the screen. So Paul is being laid to rest today. This is a man who was really legendary with regards to radio, comedy, and he's been regarded as a beloved personnel not only in the UK but also in the entire world. In this moment in time, all we are going to be saying, as we are also waiting for more details, that continue resting in power the king, that is Paul Grady.